is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. As more and more people are vaccinated, Dane County public health officials say we're entering a new era of hope and possibility.
They're focusing on new data metrics as we move toward reopening as soon as this summer. Madeline O'Neill live at the Alliant Energy Center with what that looks like. Maddie.
Well, the tone of this pandemic response is certainly changing. Starting tomorrow, testing done here at the Alliant Energy Center will shift here to the Coliseum so they can open the new Holland Pavilion completely for vaccinating, starting with educators. And there's also a shift with how public health officials are measuring our progress through the pandemic.
We have been data-driven since the beginning.
And since the beginning.
There were different models about what to look like and what data points might serve us well to help inform probably more of the closing than the opening.
We've come a long way. Each week, Public Health Madison and Dane County puts out its data snapshot, focusing on certain metrics that were to play a role in the Forward Dane plan outlining when and how the county could reopen.
It's really important to be able to track our progress.
With its new Forward Dane plan, public health officials are dropping certain metrics they've learned just aren't as useful.
We now have what we know is going to be our path forward, and that's vaccine.
The new focus is on core vaccine measures, which public health calls our main pathway to reopening, showing how close we are to herd immunity, to be reached when about 60 to 90% of the county is vaccinated. A few new epidemiology measures will also guide the county's decision-making.
And what the level of transmission is in the community, along with where folks may be vulnerable and still having severe outcomes.
These key measures no longer have specific thresholds to meet in order to reopen. Instead, public health officials say it gives them a framework to be more flexible with decisions like when to loosen restrictions.
And all of those things combined will hopefully be here sooner rather than later.
According to public health models, show us with a projection of reaching some kind of normal by this summer, with the possibility of, quote, extreme loosening or dissolving of pandemic restrictions. We do have a link to the new Forward Dane plan on our website.
More good news today from state health officials. The number of new COVID cases in a single day has fallen below 200 for the first time since June. Health officials recorded 178 new cases today. The 7-day rolling average has also dropped, with the current average at 371. A total of 1.7 million doses of the vaccine have been administered throughout the state, with about 600,000 people getting both doses. That correlates to about 10.4% of the state having completed their vaccination series. Dane County is a little bit ahead of that. 13.4% of people have completed their vaccination series. Almost 21% have gotten at least one dose.
A lot of melting happening again today. Let's get a look at our first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Kennelty. Gary.
It's nice to be able to come out on the weather patio and see mostly patio instead of snow. And what snow that we have will continue to melt over the next few days. Time lapse from the WIC Skycam looking out toward the west shows bright sunshine for much of the day today. Then as we get closer to sunset, you can see just some mid and high level clouds coming in from the west, and actually the cloud cover will keep our temperatures up a bit for tonight. As we look at low temperatures this morning, they were mainly in the lower to middle 30s. Most areas stayed above freezing, so we just continue to melt snow during the night. High temperatures today were in the 60s here in Madison for the first time since the middle part of November. 62 the high here, 64 in Lone Rock, and 66 in Boscobel. And you can see right now temperatures are in the mid to upper 30s, 35 in Lone Rock, 37 in Madison. But these temperatures actually will hold steady or even rise a little bit by tomorrow morning. And then skies will turn sunny, and that will allow temperatures to be right back up to around 60 degrees for tomorrow. We'll see some showers, maybe even a few thunderstorms tomorrow night into Wednesday. I'll have more details in the forecast in a few minutes.
Later this week, about 2 million more Wisconsinites will become eligible to get vaccinated. On Thursday, the Department of Health Services is expected to announce its next phase of vaccinations. They will include those with pre-existing conditions. Wisconsin's vaccine supply is expected to increase at the end of March going into April. Today, the CDC made it official, putting out a new set of guidelines for those who have been fully vaccinated. They say those who have received both doses or the single dose of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine can gather in small groups without masks, but only around others who are also vaccinated. It also says they don't have to quarantine if exposed to someone with COVID-19, but local health officials say not everything is black and white, and some judgment might be needed to determine what is safest.
President Biden visited the Washington, D.C. VA Medical Center today. Got a firsthand look at how the vaccine goes from vials to the arms of our veterans. He expressed confidence that the country will hit his goal of 100 million shots soon, but said there needs to be a focus on at-risk neighborhoods. And later this week, President Biden set to make his first primetime address. He'll speak to the nation Thursday night to commemorate the one-year anniversary of the COVID-19 shutdown. And new tonight, a dozen Republican state attorneys general have filed a lawsuit over President Biden's executive order on climate change. The suit challenges the president's authority over, quote, massive expansion of federal regulations through executive order. The lawsuit essentially claims this sort of power should be exercised through legislative action by Congress. The goal of the president's order is to reduce climate pollution.
Next at 10, jury selection has been delayed until tomorrow in the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, who is accused of causing the death of George Floyd last summer. Today, the court first had to deal with an appeal over the possible reinstatement of a third-degree murder charge against him. He's already facing charges of second-degree murder and manslaughter. Eventually, 14 jurors will be selected for the trial, 12 who will hear the case and 2 alternates. Hundreds of peaceful demonstrators are taking to the streets, and separating them and the courthouse, barricades, barbed wire, and the National Guard. George Floyd's death sparked protests across the world over officer brutality and race relations. New tonight, a judge in Kentucky has signed an order permanently closing a criminal case against Briana, Taylor's boyfriend, who shot a police officer during the deadly raid that killed Taylor. Prosecutors dismissed an attempted murder of a police officer charge against Kenneth Walker in May, but prosecutors left open the opportunity to revisit the charge if new evidence surfaced. Walker shot an officer in the leg during the ordeal, but told investigators he only shot because he thought intruders were breaking into the apartment.
The Supreme Court today declined to hear an appeal from former President Trump's lawyers challenging the election results here in Wisconsin. Trump had claimed Wisconsin's Elections Commission implemented illegal absentee voting drop boxes and compelled poll workers to improperly correct absentee ballot witness certificates. The Supreme Court appeal represents the last court petition brought by President Trump's lawyers. New tonight, the investigation into the former president's finances is expanding. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office now looking into Fortress Investment Management. That's the group that loaned the Trump organization millions of dollars for his Chicago skyscraper. The Trump organization has not yet responded about these new developments. The task force on U.S. Capitol security is calling for sweeping changes at the building. The final report from retired Army Lieutenant General Russell Honore calls for mobile fencing around the complex. It also recommends creating more than 850 new Capitol Police positions and added security at all 900 congressional district offices. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi commissioned Honore to review security protocols shortly after the January riot at the Capitol.
Millions tuned in last night to watch Oprah Winfrey interview Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and Prince Harry. Nielsen reports that an average of 17.1 million people watched the explosive interview with the former active royals. That's nearly triple the ratings CBS saw primetime Sunday the week before. During the interview, Meghan and Harry explained why they stepped back from official royal life, including accusing the royal family of raising concerns about how dark their son's skin might be and pushing her to the brink of suicide. It first aired yesterday in America and other markets and aired today in the UK.
Still to come tonight, a News 3 Now special report as many local restaurants struggle to keep their doors open. Our Leah Linscheid talks with the restaurant owner and government officials about what's being done to help your favorite eateries stay afloat. Stay with us.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
coffee shop owner who knows your order, the couple who saves your seats, the family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
Joe believes we overcome barriers like addiction together. His funding of recovery coaches has saved lives and makes us all safer.
Joe knows the past year was hard, and his small business partnership with Dane Buy Local gave us an opportunity to keep our dreams alive.
Thank you, Joe Parisi, for putting a high priority on water quality, conservation, and prairie restoration.
Thank you, Joe, for believing in second chances and the best in all of us.
Thank you, Joe, for appreciating local food and supporting small family businesses.
That's not bacon, it's sausage.
Whoa.
Behold, Johnsonville sausage strips. Sausage that looks and cooks like bacon. It's a meaty miracle. Find them in the bacon section, even though they're sausage.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
With great deals, get ready to turn your dreams into reality.
Right now, save big with a complimentary first month's lease payment on a new 2021 Corolla. To learn more, visit Toyota.com.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Tuesday morning, the different ways that Dane County is supporting its local restaurants and what more they need to survive beyond the pandemic. We'll also take a look at the pandemic's impact on golf around Madison. That's Tuesday morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. People are taking to the air again. New numbers from the TSA show almost 1.3 million people passed through airport security checkpoints yesterday alone. That is the highest level since January 3rd. It's typical for air travel to pick up in March because of spring break. The major airlines are cautiously optimistic that the industry may be starting to recover. New tonight, some museums in Milwaukee have opened their doors again as COVID vaccinations roll out. The Milwaukee Art Museum, Milwaukee Public Museum, and Harley-Davidson Museum all opened this past weekend for the first time this year. The museums carefully planned the openings with the City Health Department. Each is requiring guests to wear masks and has created a one-way path to help people stay physically distanced.
We are continuing to highlight the plight of our local restaurants and what it'll take to make sure Madison's food scene stays vibrant well after the pandemic ends. Our Leah Linscheid took a look at the help on the table right now and what more they need to survive.
You can't run a restaurant online.
It's a little soul-crushing.
Cocktails can't be crafted over Zoom.
There's a vibrancy to restaurants that becomes a part of your life.
Meals aren't delivered with Microsoft Outlook.
A certain buzz, some background noise, a bustle.
So while some businesses continue to hum along with work-from-home adaptations in a pandemic-stricken world, Cadre and its restaurant colleagues sit silent.
That's all gone right now. It's just grind.
Chef and owner Evan Donnells has kept his lights off for almost a full year now, only offering takeout to customers of Cadre, born just 4 months before the pandemic hit.
There is literally no way that anyone can be profiting or prospering during this.
He does the math for us, what it's like to be a restaurant with no real way to bring in revenue.
Most people's rent hasn't gone down. I still pay $2,000 a month in MG&E bills. We have an insurance policy that costs $1,000 a month.
Take that times 12 months, and any establishment would be 6 figures in debt.
When you take a business that has a margin of significantly less than 10%, and you reduce their business in any appreciable fashion, it's already broken.
So what's being done about it? We asked Dane County Executive Joe Parisi.
People's careers are at stake, their businesses, So it's certainly not easy.
He says Dane was the first county in the country to create a small business grant with its own money, $800,000 in partnership with Dane Buy Local. Factor in some federal help, $10 million from the CARES Act, and it made a dent for more than 2,600 businesses, each receiving about $4,000. 342 of them were restaurants. And more money is on the way.
We were able to pull together another $4 million to put into this next round of funding for the Small Business Pandemic Relief Grant.
This second round of grants should be handed out this week. They're for $10,000 each, but only 400 businesses will receive them. 500 restaurants alone had applied. Other programs provide help in a different way. Dane Buy Local launched Soups On, a partnership with 26 restaurants to sell soup out of a local kitchen, raising $80,000 that goes directly back to those businesses. Madison also just extended its Streetery program to April of 2022, so spots can expand their outdoor seating capacity into sidewalks and streets.
None of these things are going to solve the problem. We need to get back to more of a normal life. But, a little bit here, a little bit there, it all adds up.
I'm not really in a position where I want to poo-poo help that has been given. I just want to see more.
Evan has evolved, as all restaurants have, while his seating space sits empty, eerily quiet. The kitchen is still buzzing. He's recently pivoted to a new model, selling food wholesale to places like Vitruvian Farms. But even that is limited. Per law, only 25% of his revenue can come from wholesale without special licensing. He's also eyeing his stock of liquor, $15,000 in bottles, representing upwards of $100,000 in sales. If only he could sell cocktails to go, a proposal currently at the state capitol.
I'm not clamoring to open restaurants. What I do want is that the same governing body that's limiting us to try to help give us some tools so that we can point our labor somewhere else.
Innovation is what's keeping so many companies on life support right now. Evan is asking for more of it from his local leaders, so he and others in his industry don't lose their voice forever.
Because the amount of closings that you've seen to date is not even close to what we're going to see over this next year.
Again, Leo Lynchide reporting with the latest Dane County order set to open restaurants to 50% capacity this week. Evan is planning to reopen Cadre for the first time in a year next month.
And he's not alone when it comes to concern for the future. A survey by the Wisconsin Restaurant Association shows 1/3 of respondents expect it will be more than a year before they return to normal. 12% think they will never get there.
Well, what a way to start the week. If you're working from home, maybe it went to the porch today. Sun temps in the 60s. Gary, let's do it again tomorrow.
I think tomorrow and Wednesday will be just as mild, if not milder. The one exception, though, on Wednesday is that we do have some rain in the forecast. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. Look for 60-degree plus temperatures again for tomorrow and Wednesday. Today we hit 60 degrees for the first time since November 19th. We'll see some showers tomorrow night into Wednesday and Wednesday evening. Could even see a couple of thunderstorms in there. And it'll also be windy on Wednesday as well. Those winds, though, out of the south. You can see how quickly the snow depth shrank today. This was beginning at midnight last night, and you can see during the day, most of the snow that is considered measurable as far as snow depth is concerned is just about gone now across most of Wisconsin. The far northern parts of the state holding on for a little bit, and there are piles here and there, but if you take a look at the areas that didn't have the snow pile up because of shoveling or because of plowing, it's just about gone now. And we'll probably melt some more of that snow by adding some rain to it. This is the forecast from the Future Track computer model for late tomorrow night through Wednesday and into early Thursday. Probably looking at about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain through much of southern Wisconsin. There could be a few areas that pick up over 1/2 inch of rain in a heavier thunderstorm. Those will be few and far between, though. On Future Track, you can see the clouds we have overnight will move out, and then we'll see sunshine for tomorrow. And notice those winds coming right out of the south, so that will continue to melt some more snow. Then clouds move in tomorrow night. Here come the showers and isolated thunderstorms. Those will continue off and on through the day on Wednesday. Not a complete washout, but definitely we'll need to keep an umbrella handy. And then the cold front out to the west will bring a line of showers and some thunderstorms. But as that cold front moves through, it'll be during the overnight hours, and that will probably limit any severe weather or even strong thunderstorm potential. After after that, for cold front passes, the wind shift around to a more west and southwesterly direction. Temperatures on Thursday will probably still be around 50 degrees, but we'll see the showers gradually come to an end. High temperatures today in the 60s through southern Wisconsin. Here in Madison, we topped out at 62. To the north, temperatures were in the 50s as far north as far northern Wisconsin. To our south, temperatures are almost at 70 in Des Moines, Iowa. In fact, if we widen out the view and look at the Midwest, there were a lot of 70s. Omaha, Kansas City, Hill City, Kansas, all were in the 70s today. On weather track, the upper level winds still from the west-southwest, and that continues to bring in that mild Pacific air. Big storm system off the Pacific Northwest coast will eventually move eastward. That's what will bring us our rain chances as we head into tomorrow night and for Wednesday. But some of that moisture will get wrung out over the mountains. There's a warm front to our south and west, too. On the other side of that front, temperatures are still pretty mild in the 50s right now. On our side of the front, they're mild, just not quite as mild. Temperatures right now 30s to around 40 degrees. They'll probably hold steady overnight, and that'll give us a good head start on a high of 60 for tomorrow as skies become partly sunny. Also will be breezy during the day. 7 to 10 day forecast, 61 on Wednesday. Showers, perhaps an isolated thunderstorm. Showers will come to an end on Thursday with a high of 51. Upper 40s for Friday. Cooler for the weekend. And then a system could bring a mix of some light snow or light freezing rain Sunday night into Monday morning before changing to rain, and then temperatures staying around 40 for much of the rest of next week.
I don't like to hear that snow word, especially when we're feeling these 60s, Gary. I get used to this.
It's still March. I mean, we're going to have some more snow before it's all over, but it's nice to have a couple nice
We could even have it in May, but I don't want to think about it. Still to come tonight, a rescue on the Mississippi River. We'll show you that when we come back. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Running low on the items you need? You don't have to go out. iCare provides everything you need, delivered right to your door for free. iCare members receive up to $1,200 per year in over-the-counter benefits. Our catalog features hundreds of items that include both brand name and generic options. The iCare benefit card also gives you the freedom to buy in-store to get what you need when you need it. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for your health needs.
At Papa Murphy's, we believe Tuesdays should be taken seriously. That's why we need seriously. We chop seriously and shred seriously. And it's why every Tuesday, you can get a large made-to-order pizza for just $10. Seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays. Even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
For over 25 years, Fry Construction has provided excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by so many of your neighbors and voted best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home. In honor of our 25 years, we're offering 25% off gutters or insulation with any full roof project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Maintenance fee, ATM fee. Can I hide in your fort?
Sure, but the fort fee is 10 cookies.
Need a place to hide from fees? With a BMO Harris Smart Advantage account, you can get cash with nearly as many fee-free ATMs in the U.S. as the 3 largest banks combined, and no monthly maintenance fee.
Huh, did you hear that? No monthly maintenance fee.
Fort fees are subject to the governing bodies of the fort.
She did not learn that from me.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. And right now, get a $200 bonus when you open a new BMO Harris Smart Advantage account.
At US Cellular, we believe everyone deserves 5G. So we're building our powerful 5G network for the millions of Americans who live outside of New York and LA, like teachers in Madison and small business owners in Rockford. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge for everyone, whether you're working or playing. All U.S. Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. The Badger basketball team has dropped out of the top 25. Yesterday, the team lost its third in a row at 5th-ranked Iowa, dropping them to 10-10 in the Big Ten, 16-11 overall. Badgers finished 6th in the conference. That earns them a first-round bye in this week's Big Ten tournament down at Indy. Their first game will be Thursday night. Should be about a 9 p.m. tip-off against the winner of Nebraska and Penn State. We could know as soon as tomorrow what this year's Dane County Farmers Market will look like. This year's market already has a start date, April 10th. It just doesn't have a location. Last year, market season was delayed at first before it was ultimately moved to the Alliant Energy Center's Willow Island.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time. The Prairie du Chien Fire Department was in training this weekend when they got a real emergency call. Firefighters saved a life and got plenty of kisses in return. Amy DuPont has the story.
The spring thaw is happening fast. Too fast for a family playing fetch on the backwaters of the Mississippi River.
Maybe 5 or 6 feet past the ice.
Their black lab ran out onto the ice to retrieve a stick and fell right through.
He tried putting his paws up on top, but couldn't pull himself up.
The dog's owner called 911, and the entire Prairie du Chien Volunteer Fire Department, training a few miles up the road, showed up to help.
I ran up to the station, myself and another firefighter. We grabbed the ladder truck.
Firefighters used the truck ladder to go out straight over the broken ice and over the top of the dog, who was scared.
Now he growled a little bit at first when we got out there.
And struggling to keep his head above water.
I just reached out and grabbed him by the collar. And
firefighters pulled the 100-pound lab out of the water and into their arms. Exhausted and cold, but otherwise okay. And headed back to the shore by the time Clyde's rescuers learned his name.
Clyde was very receptive of us. Once we got in the basket, he was wagging his tail. And
tail wags followed by lots of puppy kisses.
Clyde just wanted to be petted. He came back to me more than once.
And plenty of thank yous from Clyde's owner.
It's awesome. So I have dogs myself, so it's near and dear to my heart.
A good dog retrieved from the water by his new best friends.
Eric, who's a good boy? Firefighters say Clyde's owner did the right thing by calling for help because the ice is not safe for humans or man's best friend. We'll be right back.
One call, that's all.
There's a one call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all it takes. One call, that's all. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Update the floors in your home and save with 11% off everything. Now at Menards. We carry a great selection of flooring options to choose from, like soft and luxurious carpet and waterproof vinyl plank flooring. Chevron carpet is perfect for basements, playrooms, bedrooms, and more. Right now, pick it up for only 69 cents per square foot after 11% rebate. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
So much time at home. I need new furniture.
Dylan, it's Slumberland's Build Your Room sale. Look what you can get for just $20, $30, or $40 a month. How about a dining room for just $20 a month?
I'm more of a pizza in front of the TV kind of guy. Recliners. I've always wanted a couple of those.
How about 2 of these for just $30 a month when you spent $1,800 and pay no interest for 5 years?
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Don't let uneven
uneven surfaces slow down your shoveling next winter? Let Concrete Lifting Technologies raise up your uneven pavement. Our minimally intrusive procedure uses polyurethane to level sunken concrete and provide a level surface. Why replace your concrete when you can lift it? For a free quote, call Concrete Lifting Technologies today.
Ready?
No.
No.
Yes, you are.
You ready? Yes, you are. Are you ready to go to sleep for real?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Guess what? You get 2 kisses. Very good. And one more for good luck.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
As soon as you make that call, you're going to have somebody on your side. They're going to be your advocate. They're going to fight for you.
One call, that's all.
They took care of everything.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, it was quite the sight over Vermont last night. A loud boom and a violent vibration, all caused by a meteor hitting the atmosphere. The fireball was flying over the skies of Burlington. This video is when it passed over the international airport there. NASA says it was moving at 47,000 miles per hour.
All right, not much going on there in Burlington. Just looking at the skies for any little thing falling. Gary, final check of the forecast, and we're getting used to these 60s.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll be back to around 60. We'll be in the low 60s on Wednesday. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam right now. It's a beautiful sight out there. Temperatures are in the upper 30s in Madison, around 40 in southwestern Wisconsin. These temperatures may not fall much further from where they are now. We'll be in the upper 30s by tomorrow morning. A high tomorrow of 60 with sunshine for much of the day. 61 on Wednesday, but there'll be some showers and isolated thunderstorms. Temperatures return closer to normal by the weekend. Maybe some rain or snow on Monday of next week.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.